stand and things, so I can now do videos in different locations, so I thought I would give it a try tonight. So I am going to be, ironically, unboxing the Fabfitfun Spring box. The reason that is ironic is because here in the UK it is actually snowing, so I'm just going to show you actually what it's doing outside. As you can see, we have quite a bit of snow going on. So kind of ironic. Let's just pop that back down there. Yeah, kind of ironic that we are doing the spring Fabfitfun, but here we are nonetheless. So here is the box. Very bright coloured, which is what we like. Makes me want cake. So this actually arrived, I think it was it yesterday or a couple of days ago anyway. So it came this time. Normally it comes with, we have a delivery company here who used to be called Hermes. They're now called Every, I believe. But this actually came with the Royal Mail, which I'm quite glad about, because you may remember my winter unboxing of this. I had a lot of trouble with the delivery company. It took them ages to get the box to me, and the Fabfitfun ended up having to resend it. Which it eventually did make it here, of course, because I did the unboxing, but it certainly delayed things somewhat. So I'm very glad that this arrived in very good time. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Fabfitfun, they are a subscription box based in the US, and they do seasonal boxes, which means you get 4 a year. So obviously spring, summer, autumn or fall, as it would be in winter, in America, sorry, and winter. So 4 boxes. They only ever send full-size products. There's never any trial sizes, or at least I haven't ever received any. Premium products, and it's all kind of beauty, lifestyle, fitness, homeware, wellness. There's lots of different categories, so there's usually something for everybody within that. What they do is they have 2 different options in terms of how you subscribe, and each season you get to choose, depending on which subscription option you have, you get to choose a certain amount of items within your box. So they've recently, it used to be 3 on the subscription that I'm on, but they've recently changed it to 4, so I can choose 4 items for my box, and the rest are chosen by the team. Whereas if you are on the Select membership, which is where you pay annually, you actually get to customise your entire box now, which is what I think it was, you got to customise 4 or 5 items before, and now you can pick them all. Now what they do is they have different customisation menus, if you like. So in each customisation choice, there are a few different items, and you basically get to pick the one that you want. Now with regards to the pricing structure, as I mentioned, there are 2 different types of subscription. So there's the seasonal, which is what I have, and this is where you pay, I think it's $49.99 per season. Obviously I'm not too sure what that is in pounds off the top of my head. I'm not sure what the current exchange rate is, but if you are on a Select membership, which is annual, you pay it all in one lump sum of, I believe, $179.99. but you get all 4 boxes. There are also a few other perks involved with subscribing on an annual basis, so you get to customise your box sooner. I think it's a couple of weeks sooner than people on the kind of rolling payment option, and there's also earlier access to the add-ons and things. Add-ons are some other products that you can add to your box, to your box. They open a couple of days before the customization does. So there's a whole lot of things on there. I've shopped from the add-ons a few times. I haven't this time, but I certainly have in the past, and it's usually like heavily reduced items as well. So you can get some real bargains on there, and I certainly have before. So in terms of the prices with regards to getting it over here to the UK, as I mentioned, they are based over in the US in California. There are extra charges, of course, so there's the postage, which is $10, plus there's also VAT as well, which I believe is $12 now. So it's around $71.99 every season. So that's, I checked before I came on to do this video, that is £60.37. But you do get, the products in there are always worth way more than that. So it's always well worth the money. And another thing with Fabfitfun is, again, particularly me being in the UK and the box being based in the States, is a lot of the items in there are items that I maybe ordinarily wouldn't get access to. They're not readily available over here. But also there's a lot of brands that they include in here that aren't really, you don't really see them in other boxes. So it's a really good opportunity to try out different brands that you may not usually get a chance to do. So anyway, enough of the rambling. Let's get into the box itself. So I've already kind of snipped the seal just to make it easier to get in. She says, there we go. Okie doke. So the first thing that I've noticed is ordinarily they would include a magazine within their box, but they've changed how they're doing it now. So also 10 years, Fabfitfun have been around for 10 years. Happy birthday, Fabfitfun. Ironically, it was my birthday a couple of weeks ago as well, so it seems like I share a birthday with them. But actually what they've decided to do is do an interactive digital magazine. So you basically scan the QR code there and it takes you to their digital magazine, which is their way of kind of trying to save, I think it says, 320 tons of paper. So you can't really argue with that. So pop that off to the side and then we'll move, just pop that on the floor down there. So I'll just hold this up so you can see, and what I'll do is I'll talk you through the items that I chose first, and then of course we'll go through the items that were picked for me. So as I'm on the seasonal membership, I got to pick 4 items for my box, and then 2 of the remaining 2 items were chosen for me by Fabfitfun from the menus available. So here is my box, and the lid is closing, of course it is. So I will be honest, a few of the items that I wanted from a couple of the selection menus weren't available when it came to me customising my box. However, that is the risk that you take with the seasonal membership. Unfortunately, you know, you don't get, you access it a couple of weeks later than the select annual memberships. So of course, a lot of the more popular products, which are the ones that I wanted this time, have usually gone by that point. You are sometimes surprised. I've had a couple. So there was a Fenty Beauty mascara a couple of boxes ago that I managed to get my hands on. I wasn't expecting to be able to get it. So you sometimes are surprised, but unfortunately the items that I'd pre-picked from the spoilers that Fabfitfun had posted on their Instagram, a couple of them had already gone, so I had to pick you know, my second or third choice for that. But I'm still, you know, I'm still pretty happy with everything. So let's get into it first. So this was my first pick. Now I always do this. Every spring box I seem to pick some sunglasses, and this is no exception. But these are, I'm just going to take them out of the little bag there, pop that on the floor. So obviously it comes in a little kind of dust bag, is it? I'm not sure if that's what they call it, but as you can probably see, I'll just hold it up, they're Kate Spade, and these are the Samantha sunglasses, which are worth $129, which again, I went on and did the conversion before I started, and that's about £108.18. So I'll just take them out of here, and this is what they look like. I'm just trying to get it so that the ring light doesn't show up too much. I love like cat eye sunglasses and things, so just gonna unfold them. They've got the plastic on the arms there, but I'll just kind of put them on just to show you. So yeah, I love them, and I always seem to get myself a new pair of sunglasses every year. You can never have too many sunglasses as far as I'm concerned. So these will be my new pair, although the ones that I got last year, to be fair, are still doing pretty well. So these may be my special pair for holidays and special occasions and things, but I couldn't resist. I love a good pair of sunglasses, and when I saw that these were Kate Spade as well, obviously Kate Spade, fantastic brand, I rushed to choose them, and luckily they were still available. So that was my first pick. I'm struggling with where to put things because I'm in a new environment. So the next choice that I made, these were actually my first choice, so I'm pretty happy that they were still available. I'm just going to try and undo packaging here. So these are some homeware items. Now I must admit, a few years ago I would never have been excited by homeware. However, since I kind of moved into my own little place, and I started out with kind of the bare minimum, as I think most of us do when we first move out of our parents' place and into our own place. We just buy kind of the basics. Since I've been subscribing to Fabfitfun, however, I have managed to build up my homeware collection to something that is quite enviable, which I'm quite proud of. But these were just something that I thought looked just gorgeous and just really kind of, they would go with anything, and obviously very practical as well, get a lot of use out of them. But these are Katie Kime, and they are a set of 4 melamine plates. So kind of, you can see there, I don't know if it comes across on camera what sort of colour they are. They're kind of like a charcoaly sort of grey blue type colour. They're really, really nice. And these are worth $40, which is about £33.54 for those of you who are in the UK like me. Yeah, it says navy or marine on there, but I think looking at this, it looks more like a kind of charcoal type colour, but I don't mind anyway. I think they're lovely. And yeah, there's 4 of them, so I will definitely be making use of these. I have actually very recently just smashed one of my plates. It fell on the floor off the counter when I was dishing my food up. So definitely in need of some more plates. Obviously don't want to smash these. I like that they are quite high rimmed as well, so they're quite deep plates, which will be nice for like serving snacks and things in as well, I guess. But also for things like pasta dishes and things like that that maybe are a little bit on a flatter plate, a little bit more messy. On this sort of plate, it would be perfect for that, and I eat a lot of pasta, so that was one of my main things with that. But what I think I'm going to do is, when I'm not using them, I'm going to keep them in the bubble wrap that they came in, just to kind of keep them protected from my clumsiness more than anything. But yeah, that was my second choice. So then we had a brand that I haven't actually had much of a chance to try. This wasn't my first choice, I'll be honest. I can't remember what my first choice was from this customization category, to be fair. But when I saw that the item that I initially wanted wasn't available, this was the one that I kind of selected as my backup option, if you like. And I've just realised that my first 3 items are all by people called Kate, so there you go. But this is the Kate Somerville Goat Milk Moisturising Cleanser, which is worth $44 or £36.90. That's obviously going by today's exchange rate, today being the 9th of March. So this one is for sensitive skin. Now, I don't particularly have sensitive skin as such. It can be quite sensitive to certain things, but I do find that certain items, particularly the highly fragranced items, can cause my skin to have a little bit of a reaction. So I was hoping that this was going to be kind of like a holy grail type thing, but this is obviously a cleanser, so something that I use all the time, morning and evening. So this is a creamy and moisturising cleanser enriched with soothing goat milk, natural milk polypeptides and nourishing manuka honey, love manuka honey, to gently remove impurities, oil and makeup without stripping skin of essential moisture. It's sulfate free, and it cushions as it cleanses to leave skin soft, smooth and healthy looking. So I've heard very good things about Kate Somerville brand as well. So very excited to give it a try. This is the bottle that it comes in. So it's also cruelty free, which is what we like to see. I'm just having a look. So it's 120 millilitres roughly. But of course with cleansers, there's something that you use every day, so I know I will definitely get use out of this. I'm currently working my way through a cleanser, but once I finish that, this is next on my list to try, and that was my 3rd choice. And then my final choice was, here we go, another brand that I have been wanting to try for so long and just for whatever reason have never been able to or never got round to. So they've been featured in a few boxes that I used to subscribe to a while ago, but unfortunately they were never sent to me as one of the one of the products. I was so frustrated, but now I've finally got the chance to try them and I'm very excited to do so. So it's Amica and it's their Dream Routine Overnight Hydration Treatment, which is worth $32 or £26.84. Now this is for your hair, and it's, I'm just trying to find the English one. Hang on a second. There we go. So it give your mane a burst of intense moisture and softness with this leave-in treatment to deeply hydrate damp or dry strands overnight, resulting in silkier looking hair. So I tend to wash my hair a few times a week, 3 maximum, just because of, obviously you can probably see there's quite a lot of it, and it can get quite dry at the ends, although I have recently had it sort of trimmed and tidied up, so it's not too bad at the minute. But I find that if I wash it any more than sort of 3 times a week, it does get quite dry and quite frizzy and there's a lot of breakage. Plus, you know, you're not supposed to wash your hair every day anyway, so I try and kind of let the natural oils within my hair to, you know, do their work a little bit. But when I do, I will be using this now. So I'm just going to get it out of the actual box itself. It says all hair is welcome on the inside of the flat, which I love. I also love that there's a pump dispenser there, which will make getting it out very easy. Also love the packaging. That's one of the things that caught my eye about Amica, was the packaging. It's all brightly coloured. Obviously this is a blue, but there's a lot of like yellows and pinks, and yeah, there's a lot of brightness involved in their products. I love a good hair product. I've actually not really got much at the minute. I mean, hair products, I've got a lot of hair, but I've actually not got many in the way of hair products currently, so this will be added straight into my routine. The next time I wash my hair, this will be getting put to very good use, I can assure you. But yeah, you basically leave this on overnight and it conditions and gives your hair a lot of moisture. So very, very excited to finally be introduced to Amica properly. But that was my 4th and final pick. So the final 2 items now are the ones that were chosen for me by Fabfitfun. Just move the packaging off the floor. So the first one we have is a new brand for me, and it's True and Luscious, and it's their Super Moisture Lipstick in Vintage Rose, which is worth, I did write it down, $24 or £20.13, which is a decent price for a lipstick, I would say. So Vintage Rose is obviously the shade. Sounds like it's going to be kind of a dusky pink maybe, but here's the packaging, and then if we just open this out, I love that as well. I don't know if you can see that on camera. There we go, the little like lips with wings. But here is the colour. So yeah, a nice dusky kind of pink colour, which actually I think will work for any season, but definitely will work for, that's probably more maybe of an autumn or winter shade, but I certainly wouldn't be averse to wearing it during the spring and summer. I do love a good lipstick, I must admit. It's not something that I wear every day, but certainly for special occasions and things I like to put a bit of lippy on, who doesn't? But this also has hyaluronic acid and konjac root in there to moisturise your lips too. One of the things that I always kind of look for in lipstick is that added moisturisation, because I find particularly liquid lipsticks can be quite drying to the lips. So when they come with extra things, I mean, hyaluronic acid is obviously renowned for being very moisturising, but I always find that the lipsticks that have that extra little bit of moisture in them are always, they last a bit longer as well. So very excited to give this a try. And then final product, this is the one that I'm maybe the least sure about in terms of it meeting my personal needs. I don't think it's a bad product at all. I'm just not sure if it's something that would work for me, but I am willing to give it a try. Of course, this is what this sort of thing is for, but it's a brand I've never heard of as well. Just take the packaging off again. So it's the New Co, and this is their Super Thick, which is a scalp serum for hair density. So I have quite a lot of hair already and it's very dense, but this is worth $45 or £37.74. So I mean, it's to kind of help with your scalp health, so that part of it absolutely fine. Always a big fan of looking after the health of my scalp, to make sure that obviously the hair that grows out of it is also healthy, but in terms of the thickness of it, I don't really need it to be any thicker than it already is, so I'm a little bit worried, but I will try it, of course. So I'm just having a look to see if it gives any direction on here. Yeah, so you just divide your hair into sections, of course, apply it to the scalp, massage it in, leave it for 20 minutes and then wash your hair as usual. So it's like a pre-shampoo treatment rather than like a leave-in treatment like the Annika one that I showed you a minute ago. So again, willing to give it a go. Love that there's that concentrated tip as well for applying it. It makes it much easier than when it's just kind of spilling all over the place. And it means that you're not wasting product either. But yeah, a little bit apprehensive, but I will give it a try, and I am honestly very open-minded and willing to be proven wrong with this. It sounds lovely, and again, very happy to kind of look after my scalp in general. I just don't need my hair to be any thicker than it already is. So that's the final item in there. I did do a quick totting up of the price in terms of the overall value of all of the products inside, and it came to $314 or £263.32, which, when you take into consideration your outlay of $49.99 a month, or not a month, a quarter, a season, or $179.99 for the 4 boxes in general, I think that's an amazing saving. And again, some of the brands I wouldn't ordinarily try. I mean, there's no way that I would be able to afford to pay, you know, £100 and something for a pair of sunglasses ordinarily, but in Fabfitfun it makes it much easier for me to kind of get my hands on those more sought after brands in a much easier and more purse friendly way. And again, a lot of the brands are only, they may be well known over in the States, but not necessarily as well known over here, or we might know about them over here but not necessarily be able to source it that easily. And that's another reason that I love Fabfitfun so much, and have been with Fabfitfun for two or 3 years maybe. I've lost count, but yeah, always kind of happy to see Fabfitfun. And I feel like even though you only get 4 boxes a year, it comes around really quickly. Like, I received this, the spring box, but it felt like it had only been 2 minutes since the winter box had come. And because they kind of build it up on their Instagram as well, so they post spoilers and things in the build up to customization and things opening, it builds that anticipation, doesn't it? And that, I think that kind of makes it feel like the gap between boxes is shorter, because you've got that on, that kind of interaction from the brand in terms of the spoilers and things like that, getting you excited for the next season's box, which of course in this case will be summer, my favourite season. So I'm hoping for a lot of very summery treats and things to choose from. So let's have a recap. And so we had the Nuco Super Thick Scalp Treatment. There was the True and Luscious Super Moisture Lipstick. We had the Annika Dream Routine Overnight Hydrating Treatment for your hair. The Kate Somerville Goat Milk Moisturising Cleanser. Just get these out again. The Katie Kai Melamine Plates. So there's 4 of them in there. And finally, the Kate Spade Samantha Sunglasses, which I'll just pull out. There you go. So very happy again with my products, even though a couple of the items weren't my first choice. I'm still not disappointed. I think there's only ever been 1 box where I've felt a little bit meh about things, and that was because most of the things that I wanted had already gone. But again, that is unfortunately the risk that you take on the seasonal membership. But I've been able to make use of pretty much all of the products that I've received from Fabfitfun before. I've made some amazing discoveries as well. I have a couple of things just behind the camera there that were from Fabfitfun as well. I'll just grab one actually. So you may remember me getting this from, in fact there's two of them, the other one's inside I think. Is it inside? It might be, but I don't want to open it in case. So there's another smaller one as well, but these were included in a Fabfitfun a while back and I love them. So I keep, I've kept my makeup brushes in them before, jewellery, spare change, lots of different things. I've also got a jewellery holder behind on the window ledge there. So yeah, quite a lot of products that I've discovered that I maybe wouldn't ordinarily have had it not been for Fabfitfun. So that's everything that I was going to show you on this very snowy day here in England, showing you the spring box. I just find that really ironic. As always, let me know your thoughts on the products, let me know your thoughts on the selections. If you subscribe to Fabfitfun, what were your choices? What's your favourite product this time around? And of course, any questions or anything, let me know too. In the meantime though, thank you very, very much for watching as always. I really appreciate all of your views, comments, likes, etc. And I will see you all very, very soon, I am sure. Bye.